I think it is time to refine some clay. I have some clay that I took out of a hole whenever I was building my workshop here. And then I have this clay, which was from the Red Rooster, about 10 feet down. It's on a hill of really nice red clay. And this will be for making molds, because I want to take a 3D print like this and use that to make a mold out of clay to make like a printing block. And then this will be really good for Dorodango, which will be making mud balls and polishing up, because this is a really nice hard red clay. And then a while back, me and my mother found this at the scrapyard. We saved it from being crunched, and turns out, I recently saw it in an old film, they were using this to test soil. You have coarse sieve down to fine sieve, and this is exactly what I need. So the idea is we will wet this clay until it's like a slurry, and let's see, Fisher Science Mesh Series Sieve, Mesh 100. That one has some oxidation. I'll need to restore this, because, for instance, this one, which is a 180 micron US Standard Sieve Series, has like a hole in it. I'd have to patch that up. But these other ones are nice, and they go down finer and finer until the last one, 38 micron. It looks like you're looking at a piece of plastic. You can't actually see the individual metal wires, but it's pretty cool. So let's start with this clay, since it's from my backyard, and if I mess it up I can just go get more. This clay will be a little bit harder to get because it's from the Red Rooster, which is now pretty much covered up by concrete and gravel, because they've finished all the digging. And actually, you know what? I just realized Bill's house is really close to the Red Rooster. His house is probably made on the same, I built on the same clay in the same hill. So if we do any digging at Bill's house, we'll probably find more of this nice red stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of granules of rocks and stuff in here that need to be taken out. I don't think it has any holes. No, it doesn't have any holes. Really burns me up whenever people take good enamelware like this and they poke holes in it to make like garden planters or whatever. It's so stupid. Might be too much water, but who knows? I do want it to be wet, like really watery. We have a lot of it down to a very nice smooth consistency now, like a melted milkshake. But there's still a lot of little rocks, which I think some of them are clay. And you know what? That looks like a pestle to me, or mortar or whatever it's called. So I'm just gonna keep moving this red clay around, aren't I? Oh well. Oh. So we're using 180 microns, opening 0.18 millimeters. You know what, that'll work. Why not? And stir it up again so it's all agitated. Oh, that might be too much of too fine already. Wow, okay. But that's what these tests are for. I'll go spray it off. Well, I guess we can find ourselves a better sieve. And I have just a piece of cloth. Oh, that's really fine though, wow. You know, now that I think about it, this is the first time I've ever washed these off. It looks a lot nicer. Oh well. Alright, let's try this. I need a lot more than that, actually. Here we go. I'm just going to make a big old mess out of everything. Oh well. That'll work. I forgot to stir it up. No. Oh well. Oh well. I'm going to call it good there. Doesn't hurt to help build up the floor. Oops. Doesn't hurt to help build up the floor a little bit. Let's see how that did. Oh, that's really fine. So if I really want to have super fine clay, I could do that. Yeah, that's really nice. Maybe that is the way to go. It's kind of cool. Seems I've made a great big mess. But now we've stratified this into two samples. The very fine stuff and the not so fine stuff. And it could be that, well, maybe clay just has different thicknesses. Yeah, that's like, oh, that's like super fine stuff. So this can be branching out into its own experiment, I guess. I think this is a good chance to burn up a lot of the little twigs and such that fall from the trees in the backyard. Wow, look at that. I took a piece of this porcelain that I found in the ground, and I laid it up against there. I guess it must have exploded. But we burned up a lot of the trash in the backyard, and it seems we've gotten the clay refined. A bit much, actually. Oof. Now it appears that just letting it sit does allow it to settle. So that would also be probably a better option. And then boiling it off later. I think that's probably like resin from all the roots and stuff that I was burning. It smells like oils. These are very spongy though, because I went too long. Well. Yep. I can't seem to find my pipette, or whatever it's called. What I think would be the best option for this is diffusion. So we need to make sure that this has a consistent amount of clay, or we need to make sure that this has a consistent amount of moisture throughout it. So I should find a container and leave a bit of water in there, because it's a bit too moist now, but inside of there are little granules of clay that are too hard. But that's a lot more clay that was suspended in that water than I thought. So seems I didn't lose as much as I thought. Weird experiment. I'm gonna put this stuff into here. I know, I just spent all that time removing all the moisture, but my idea is that I keep my workshop at like 50% humidity, and this might be able to diffuse a bit, and then we can see what we get. I'm just kind of getting a feel for what kind of consistency we need. So maybe if I let this sit for a few days, this will diffuse through here and evaporate to a good amount. Surprisingly rigid, actually. I expected that lower level of stuff to come up, but it hasn't. So it seems like that might just be incredibly loosely packed clay. Oh my god, I could. Huh. Amazing. It's got a good amount of water off. Oh, it's the next day and I just realized, turn this thing upside down, it becomes a suction thingy. Right. Yeah, there we go. So I'm actually sucking water out. Even if a little bit. I completely emptied the bottle, and now it's going a lot better. Oh my god, guys, I only came out here to work on making some more mallet heads, and I totally forgot about this for several days. It's dried out, and it's still a little bit wet, but look at that. Look how pure that is compared to the medium enriched. And then we have the stuff that I just took out entirely, which is the coarser stuff. And that's like a... It's obvious that even just that one sieve did a lot, and then that other finer one did an amazing amount. Look at that clay. That'd be perfect for what I want. Forgive the audio, but I just cannot be in this heat without having that fan on. So much nicer now. But it did help this stuff dry out, no doubt. I need to get this stuff moved into a container before all my sawing and drilling gets sawdust all over it. Oh my god, look at that. That is perfect. I've not seen clay so fine. It's worked beautifully. To make excellent Dorodango. But I'm thinking that big piece I can repurpose into a mold for my brand. Although, of course, I'll try with the other ones first, but it would be neat if I could just wet the top and put it on there, take some more clay and put it around it. Because the real trick is to get it to dry without cracking. And that's all. It was really cool. I seem to remember I may have done a video previously of refining clay, but I didn't filter it like this. I've never gotten clay this nice. This is almost like freeze-dried ice cream. It's amazing. Well, I'm going to set that aside for until I get into, well, get past these projects. And then I can use that to make a mold to cast a stamp that has my name on it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. See ya. I think I might hold off and do this clay later on, whenever I don't have so many other projects going on at the moment, and then we can make some nice Dorodango from this. It'll be really nice.